So my guild was able to complete the Heroic Sith Raid for the first time without any help, and honestly, it was like the funnest time of my life, and I kind of just want to share really quickly some strategy tips. I'll just show first. We don't have any Galactic Legends, none of us. We're 121 million GP guild, the Saints Row. Shout out to them and everyone in it and this this community of players. But basically, we were able to complete the Heroic Sith Raid without any help, with no GLs. We were just able to go in, communicate, and basically just time our battles right, time our teams right, put in the right teams for the right phases. We didn't just, go in with, like chickens with our heads cut off. We were just doing it very strategically. We all took turns, and it's really all about communication. This raid is about communication. Any raid is, really. I mean, especially for a guild that doesn't have the insane firepower or GL to literally just solo the whole damn thing. It's not that easy to just do this raid for a 123 million GP guild, and maybe it is. See, we never tried it, like, ourselves without, the help of, other players, so we decided that we were going to try it tonight, well, actually, last night. We thought we were going to try it, we, decided we were going to try it last night, and we did, and we succeeded. We didn't expect to succeed, but we did, so, as you can see, I know I was showing gameplay before, but as you can see, it's over. I got 4th. Now, that's also kind of because I kind of did a lot of damage in Phase 4. And believe me, everyone else in my guild could have done a lot more. I just kind of put in damage a little extra at the end. But shout out to Raideranth. He has amazing characters. And he was able to put out a lot of damage and help us get through those tough phases, such as Phase 1. So, moving on, I want to really quickly kind of just go over character squads here. So, for Heroic Sith Raid, I made a new thing just before starting this video. I want to give a couple of teams that you can use if you're struggling. I'm also trying to make them as, as free-to-play friendly as possible. Like, I don't have gas in here or anything. I'm just trying to get, some teams that you can kind of just build up decently quickly. Besides, I guess, CLS, which doesn't take that fast. But with Phase 1, I have 3 teams here. Now, first, we have Jedi Training Rey. There are a couple Jedi Training Rey variants for Phase 1. But, you're really going to want... obviously, Rey, R2, and BB-8. They're like the 3 key ones. And then the other 2 you can kind of swap out. This was the team that... actually, I didn't use this team. But when I was in there, I put Rey Scavenger in instead of Finn. But I realized that, BB-8 was taking too much damage. I only have him at Gear 8. And BB-8 has no health steal. So he was just getting his health demolished. He died off pretty quickly, and I think that's also what screwed my run. Another thing that screwed my run, was that my Rey died to Unbreakable, my Rey got annihilated because I wasn't good with my timing on Unbreakable Will. So that also ruined the run. It could have been a lot better. I know some of my guildmates got like 3 million, 5 million damage. I only got 1 million with my Rey, but that's only because it was a screw up on my part. But here's some other variants you can use. I'll just explain really quickly. You can use variants such as Rey with R2, BB-8, Rey Scavenger, and Resistance Trooper, Combat Carl. You can, because he inflicts a lot of exposes and stuff, and he gets a lot of turn meter, and he basically just keeps the team going. But honestly, if you have C-3PO, and you have him fast, and you can get the job done. I honestly recommend C-3PO because he's really good in this lineup, spreading the translation, getting as many assists as possible, and just it's all really helpful for the damage output. But general strategy for this team is to get the healing immunity, on Nihilus, and just keep spamming specials, and that's really it. That's really all you have to do. And another team here. Now, this isn't Bastille Elite, this is the team you want, but with Jedi Knight Revan lead. I don't have Jedi Knight Revan. Obviously, as you can see, my Jolie Bindo isn't even 7-star, so obviously I can have Jedi Knight Revan. But I only put Bastila lead because I needed to put someone in the leader spot for this. But it's Jedi Knight Revan lead. I don't know too much about the strategy. I obviously don't have it, but I know my guildmates were doing it, and they were putting out big numbers with it. So Jedi Knight Revan with Bastila Shan, Grandmaster Yoda and Hermit Yoda, both the Yodas, and Jolie Bindo. That is a good team for Phase 1. And then if you don't have either of those, or, you're trying to put out extra damage, Padme works. Obviously, Padme, Jedi Anakin, General Kenobi, Ahsoka, and I guess a 5th Galactic Republic character. I know my guildmates used their Grandmaster Yoda, but since I put Yoda up there, I'm kind of just saying... Now, obviously, my Padme's Gear 1, so no experience here with this team. But I guess you can kind of be a little bit flexible with that spot as long as you have those 4. I guess C-3PO could go there if you don't have Jedi Training Rey. If you don't have the Jedi Knight Revan team, you can put in Grandmaster Yoda. So, there's a little bit of flexibility at that 5th spot. So that's Phase 1. Those are 3 teams that are highly recommended for it. Obviously, you can use things such as Galactic Legends. You can put Gas in there. But the reason I didn't put Gas on here is because Phase 2 is the only team I have for Phase 2. Because if you have Shock T and clones, I actually, again, here's another thing. I don't have my clones leveled up. Or Shock T. I have Clone Sergeant in there. But you want to put an ARC Trooper. I just don't have ARC Trooper unlocked. So I just put Clone Sergeant in his place for the team thing. But yeah, this team is amazing. There is actually a video on YouTube where someone goes into Phase 2, solos the whole thing, keeps going, and does so good into Phase 3 and 4. It's crazy. Go watch that video. That video has... If you look up Shock T 501st Clones on Sith Raid on YouTube, it'll probably be the first thing that comes up. It's pretty mind-blowing, actually. And then for Phase 3, I have 2 Rebel variants here. And again, this is another team that I guess you can kind of just put a couple different Rebels in here. And yes, I realize I have C-3PO in there, even though I put him with Jedi Training Rey. But if you get lucky enough, like I did, my C-3PO didn't die, he just escaped. So he didn't, he wasn't killed by Nihilus. All the other allies just died, so he just took a turn and escaped. But basically, you have CLS, Han, Chewie, and C-3PO. Now, the optimal team would be to add 3PO and Chewie in there. But as you can see, my 3PO and Chewie is still at 5 stars, which means I couldn't use him in the Heroic Sith Raid. Now, I probably would have put out 14 million damage instead of 7 million damage, but I didn't have him ready for the event, so I'm going for Jedi Knight Luke, if you haven't watched my videos or whatever. So I have my Rolo at Relic 3, and honestly, if you can get Traya down, get her sabers down, and you can, have her, like, toppled, or whatever the term is for the event, use Rolo's special ability. If you have her modded, I guess you can do, 10,000 to 11,000 damage max, kind of like on a per hit. So multiply that by 10 is, I think, 100,000, 100,000 damage around, or 90,000 damage. It depends on your modding, but from 90,000 to 100,000 damage is great. That's great. That puts out a big number on Traya. So I think that she's a good replacement for 3PO and Chewie if you don't have him. Okay, and finally, for Phase 4, obviously I have nothing to show for this, but here's Night Sisters. I have Night Sisters here because I did a little bit of research on some good teams before I made this video, and Night Sisters literally got through all of Phase 4. I saw a video, so hey, if you have your Night Sisters all leveled up, all relicked up, go for it. Go with Asajj, Talzin, Talia, Old Daka, and Night Sister Zombie, and you can have a blast with that team through Phase 4. Also, quick thing I want to say about Phase 4 is that if you didn't participate in the first 3 phases, you can kind of use these teams, because if obviously you probably know this, but Phase 4 is all 3 of them. So, you can use the JTR team to take out the Nihilists. You can use Shakti and clones to take out all of them. Obviously, they can get through phase 2 through 4 if you mod correctly and do the correct strategies. So, you can get them all the way through, and then you can kill Scion. And then when it comes down to just Traya, in phase 4, you can basically throw anything at it. Like, literally, it's literally just her. So, basically, like, just to get some extra damage in, I threw in some Ewoks, and I was just kind of getting some damage off, just, trying to get a little more damage in. Like, literally, you can throw anything at Traya if it's just her left. So, that's really it. That's all I want to say for that. And quickly, before this video ends, I really just do want to give a shout out to my guild, the Saints Row. This was the first time we were able to do this. And also, if you're a player that is looking for a guild that communicates often, and, you play the game daily, you do your dailies, and you want to, participate in, things such as the Heroic Sith Raid with us, please come on and join. It's the Saints Row. As long as you do your dailies and, communicate with the rest of the guild and the officers, we're a nice group of people, and we'd love for you to join. I think there's a level 85 requirement on it. I'm actually not sure. But I think that's the only thing that's required to get into the guild. Alright, that's really all I have to say about that. Quick off. One more quick thing I want to show you is the rewards. Now, for me, actually, let me just claim my Grand Arena rewards real quick. So, I got rank 4, and holy crap, these rewards are nice. I got a whole piece, like a full geared piece of this Mark 12 Armor Tech wristband, which may not be needed by a character right now, but it is so good for relic salvage. Oh my god, this is going to be great for Zimbato cards or whatever it's needed for. The other thing, whatever, I don't know what it's needed for. I don't know the names of those things, but it's great for relic pieces, great for just equipping gear, especially on the Galactic Legend grind. Golden eyeballs, always great. These are great for characters that need it for their finisher piece. These are always helpful. I could probably get my old Ben to not gear 13, but equip that piece now. So, hey, listen, and I'll always take these guild event tokens and the mod slicing material. So, yeah, like I said, we're able to do it. Hopefully it wasn't just a lucky one-off time. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. And if you are trying to do this with your guild and you are failing, the problem might be communication or mods, obviously. If your mods aren't good and you don't have good speed and good primaries, obviously that's a you problem. But if your guild isn't communicating, if you guys aren't, constantly speaking to each other, if you guys aren't, making constant communication on, who's attacking now, what team should I use, what's going on and everything, you're just not gonna get through it. That's the thing about guilds, that's the thing about finding a good guild, and that's the thing about these raids, especially when you can't, like, solo them yet or whatever. Like, the AAT raid and the pit raid, we're basically simming it at this point. We are simming the pit raid, and we're just waiting for a couple more General Kenobis on tank takedown to be able to sim those. Those are free. Those are easy. This is the Sith Triumvirate raid is obviously where we kind of still are trying to get through it. You can't sim it either. So, and we don't have any Galactic Legends. This was no Galactic Legends at all. This was just us using our rosters, using the characters correctly, using the correct teams, and communicating. So that's really all I have to say about the Sith Triumvirate raid. I haven't made a video in a while, so I was like, you know what, might as well give some new content to post. And yeah, that's about it. So, one more time, I'll just say it again before I sign off. Saints Row, if you need a good guild, you have 6 more spots. So, yeah, we'd love to have you. Alright, peace out.